economy as an excuse to try to save him from a death sentence.
Fox Connecticut's Anthony DiLorenzo is live with all the details. Anthony?
Guys, we've just gotten some new information on what Connecticut voters think about the death penalty, and specifically the death penalty and Stephen Hayes. A new Quinnipiac University poll was just released a few minutes ago, and we can tell you that Connecticut voters, 76 to 18%, say that they are in favor of the death penalty, specifically for Stephen Hayes, while that's compared to 65% to 23% support the death penalty in general here in Connecticut. Now, that number is up for the highest rate in 10 years in the state. This comes, of course, this morning as the lawyers for Stephen Hayes are headed into court this morning to try and convince the judge that it's going to cost the state too much to sentence his client to death. The high cost of capital punishment in Connecticut is Stephen Hayes' last hope to be spared from death row. In a hearing in New Haven Superior Court this morning, his lawyers are expected to argue the state will save money by sentencing the convicted triple killer to life in prison rather than death. It's a debate that's stirred up at the Capitol every session.
I think a lot of people are growing frustrated with the fact that we have 10 guys on death row. 4 of them have been there since the 1980s. No one thinks any of them is ever going to actually be executed.
State Representative Mike Lawler says defense attorneys will appeal to jurors' wallets.
Why are we going through this very expensive process when at the end of the day these guys are just going to die naturally in prison?
Hayes was found guilty of killing Jennifer Hawk Pettit and her 2 daughters during a home invasion in Cheshire back in July of 2007. The career criminal even admitted to the heinous crime in an effort to save his own life. But Dr. Bill Pettit, the sole survivor, insists Hayes be put to death. Today, prosecutors are expected to argue cost is irrelevant. The New Haven State's Attorney's Office said, quote, "The evidence of costs of execution is irrelevant and not mitigation evidence, and such cost-benefit analysis of the death penalty is a matter of public policy for the legislature." Such cost analysis from other states could be presented this morning. How in Tennessee, death sentences cost 48% more, and in Washington, a death penalty defense is $470,000 extra, while in North Carolina, taxpayers foot a $2 million tab with each execution. Now, it's not expected that Judge John Blue is going to buy this legal maneuvering from the defense of Stephen Hayes, and the penalty phase of this trial is expected to start next Monday and last several weeks. Reporting live in New Haven this morning, I'm Anthony DiLorenzo, Fox Connecticut.
Thanks, Anthony.
It is coming up on 8 minutes after 7. City inspectors